Gathering players, this is Andy Ordo, and today I'm doing another video on spoilers of Ixalan. This one is going to be a September 13th and September 12th spoilers. So we'll get right into it. So we got a vanilla, or not vanilla, but just a interesting 2 mana, 2/3, can't attack unless you control artifacts, Desperate Castaways. Yeah, it's only good in artifact deck. I don't see it being played much other than maybe in like, it can't attack, so it's a pretty decent defender early on. But it can't attack unless, like I said, unless you have artifact. It's only probably going to be played in limited or drafting. So the next one is whenever Direfleet Hoarder dies, create a colorless treasure artifact token with, you basically create a treasure. 2 mana, 2/1, but if it dies, yeah, there's a lot of cards like this that give you a creature token, some other type of token, so this is okay. Obviously a limited bomb. Maybe some people will use it in Commander because there's a limited amount of pirates at this time. That's the same with Brazen Buccaneers. 4 mana, 2/2, enters the battlefield, it explores. And you reveal the top, get it, bigger. It gets either a land in your hand or put a +1/+1 counter on it. So Skullduggery, I guess how it's pronounced. Till end of turn, target creature you control gets +1/+1, and target creature an opponent controls get -1/-1. It's a combat trick. It also it isn't too bad of a removal. It is like a death. I don't want to say death mark. That's what I'm thinking right off. It's a pepper smoke, benevolent violence. Then there's a dredge version similar where you just give a creature -1/-1. So yeah, it's not bad. It may be in constructed standard as maybe a one-of to knock out some little 1/1 creatures early on, maybe, but I highly doubt that. 2 mana, 2/2 common. This is a few commons they've released so far. Whenever it attacks, if you control a dinosaur, it gets +1/+1. Okay. Excuse me. Here's another one that's good for dinosaur decks. It's 1 mana, 0/3 dinosaur spells you control cost 1 less to cast. I kind of wouldn't mind them doing a similar card like this, but a 1 mana like 1/4, or I mean not 1/4, haha, like a 1 mana 0/3 red, giving dragons 1 less to cost, because then they'll give dragons some more support because they're really high costed creatures just as well as dinosaurs. But yeah, it's kind of an okay card. It may see some constructed because there's another card that does decrease dinosaur costs, so you may or may not see it. So next one is Field of Ruin. You tap to add a colorless, or you tap sacrifice this. Destroy target non-basic land your opponent controls, then each player may search his or library for a basic land card. So this is really an interesting version of like Warped Landscape, something like that. It deals with excuse me, non-basic lands. I had a hiccup there. Hold on one quick second. Alright, sorry you saw the recording get paused, but yeah, Field of Ruin, it just destroys it. Plus, if you're playing this in Commander, the opponent would lose a creature or lose a land and gain a land, while everyone else gains 1-up land. So you can take out one of the best lands of the best player and then give everyone else a ramp. So constructed play, it may see some play, especially since it actually still ramps you. You get an extra land, because actually technically you and that one opponent aren't going to be advancing as far as other opponents in Commander, but in Standard or Modern, of course I probably don't see this being played really, but it will, you sacrifice this to get another land, another basic. So yeah, it's alright. We'll see how well it's played in the future. Most likely it'll be a limited bomb, if there's decent to deal with all those crazy lands that have been created. Sword Point Diplomacy, 3 mana, reveal the top 3 cards of your library. For each of those cards, put that card into your hand unless any opponent pays 3 life, then exile the rest. Wow. For each of those cards, put that card into your hand unless any of the opponents pay 3 life. Wow. So if you don't draw them, it looks like you exile them instead. That is an interesting card. So 3 mana, especially if it's your opponent that does not want you to have, that's 9 life to them. They don't want you to have card advantage. They have you almost locked down. They take the risk of 9 life or not? So, but yeah, that's a really interesting card. So, the next one, of course, we keep getting these other languaged ones, but it's fine. 1 mana, 1/1 goblin pirate, first strike. Whenever it's battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So it has raid. If a creature attacked this turn of yours, so you go turn 1 goblin guide, turn 2 goblin guide, and then into this. Or turn 2 you attack with goblin guide, then you throw 2 of these out. It's not bad. And they're first strike, so goblin decks might actually pick those up in modern. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how that one plays. 3 mana, 3/2, sacrifice a creature, create 2 treasure tokens. So you pay 3, sacrifice a creature. So it's a sacrifice engine that creates treasure tokens. It's alright, it's not bad. It's a sacrifice engine for certain decks. Standard, I don't know if it'll be played, maybe not. Especially if you're running like tokens. If you have a token strategy, yes, it'd be pretty decent. Get rid of the excess tokens to ramp into something bigger, maybe. So, Lightning Rig Crew, 3 mana, 0/5. I'm surprised this doesn't say defender, but it's still an attacker. It's a goblin pirate. Will it be played in pirates? Probably. Only pirates only, really. Even though it can be a goblin, but it only just pings each turn. You can't untap it unless you cast a pirate, so it's not too bad. It's limited. It's a limited card. Oh wow, I forgot I got quite a few cards yesterday. I'm sure they'll release some more, so I'll have to cover some more later. So 4 mana enchantment. Whenever the opponent discards a card, that player loses 2 life. It's kind of like Megrim. And then the Liliana's version of Megrim, that's 2 mana. But also raid at the beginning of your end step if you attacked with a creature this turn, target opponent discards a card. So it's a super one where it also allows you to discard extra cards if you're attacking. Even if you attack with a 0/1 that can't have damage dealt to and from it, then yeah, it's not bad. So 4 mana, 4/3 captivating crew, gain control of target creature, gains haste, and then you only activate that as a sorcery. So we have a way of starting to gain control of creatures. Modern obviously wouldn't see this. Standard, maybe a one of to trick some people out. This is just commander. It rings commander or casual. So then Adento Vanguard, 2 mana, 1/1. As long as it's attacking, gets +2/+0. Then you pay 4 life, gains indestructible until end of turn. It's only a trick to save. It's quite a lot of life just to give an indestructible, but it might actually be worth it in certain instances. Especially if you throw this in like a super life gain deck, that 4 life would be nothing. Then River Sneak, 2 mana, 1/1. Basically has unblockable. I want to say unblockable. I hate that they got rid of unblockable. They changed it to can't be blocked. And it kind of makes sense, but I like the term unblockable better. But whenever another merfolk enters the battlefield, under your control, River Sneak gets +1/+1 until end of turn. I don't know if this would be modern viable because I know you can use it to where you Aether Vial in like 2-3 merfolks if you have like 3 Aether Vials in while you're attacking with it, and they just get pumped up super big, especially if it's the Lord. The 2 versions of a Lord of Atlantis, they pop in, they pump them up, plus they're getting pumped up for having a merfolk into the battlefield. So I don't know, it might actually not be too bad, especially with that trickery going on. So we'll see. 5 mana for 5/5 trample haste. That's red. It's a trampling 5/5 dinosaur, but it's also has haste. So commander, yes. Standard, probably not, because there's other 5 mana dinosaurs. So this doesn't even. But a colorless deck, or not colorless, a red deck in modern or standard might actually use it. You know, it's a big beat. It's a decent beater. 5 mana for a 5/5 trample haste, and that's out of a red card. That's not bad. So. Let's see. We're down to our last 3. We'll get through them quickly. You guys can get on your way throughout the day. So, Imperial Lancer has double strike as long as you control a dinosaur. It's a 1-mana 1/1. It's kind of like the equipment creatures, where if it's equipped, it gets 1/1 double strike or first strike. It's okay. Then you pay 2. Then makeshift munitions. 2 mana, sacrifice an artifact or creature. It deals 1 damage to target creature or player. It's another sack engine cannon type thing. This will definitely be played a lot in a lot of different modern variation, or not modern. I keep saying modern. I'm sorry. Commander decks. It might be available in standard. I don't know about modern. We'll find out when someone builds a deck around it. And then Vicious Conquistador. 1 mana 1/2 vampire soldier, and whenever it attacks, each opponent loses 1 life. It's just one of those drain creatures they've been making in getting close to almost every set. That's another vampire, though. It's like Pulse Tracker. So vampires now have 2 of these. So I wouldn't be surprised vampires may try building a little trickeryness around it. Especially if you find a way of making it unblockable, or, you can still keep attacking. We'll see how that one works out. Elves only have like 1, but hey, we'll see how these go. So, but that is so far September 12th and 13th of spoilers for Ixalan. I know probably by Friday we will have them 100% released. So we will go from there. I don't see anything new. So again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and you have a wonderful day.